Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another Fire Emblem video, I guess. Yeah, it's time to talk Fire Emblem. I keep getting asked about it, and I also want to test Nintendo out. They said I could use their music, so we're gonna give it a shot and see if they actually let me use their music while we're talking about this game here. I don't have trust in that yet. I guess we'll see. Anyways, if you want to see how my account's been doing, all I've been doing is logging in every single day. I haven't done anything else, literally just log in, that's it. I picked up Air, I'm not sure how to say her name, obviously for free. This is the first time I've done any story because I wanted to see how it was. I also picked up Ophelia for free. I also got Hrid for free because why would I not get Hrid the one time I'm not actually playing the game. I got Levitain for free. I got Camilla, not for free. That took a while too. I did get the Azura because Azura's super awesome. I did get one of her as well, and I think that's about it. That's the last thing you guys have seen from this account here. So I'm obviously not playing this game anymore, but I do still care about it. I do have feelings for the game still. I do have an attachment to the characters. I do have a lot of things, and I have hope, I guess, is what I should say about this game. I still have the exact same complaints I've always had. I did watch the FEH channel. I'll try to link to my Twitch VOD if you want to see it. We watched it live on stream with everybody. My general thoughts on the what's it called, FEH channel, was the presentation was amazing. The cutscenes were insanely amazing. Everything was fantastic. The spoiling of the Beast unit was also something that is just super insane. I'm honestly kind of surprised they didn't spoil a waifu, but it's hard to get more husbando than Tabarn, so I guess that's okay. What else? I'm also loving the character design, I'm loving the music, I'm loving everything about Faye. But the part that worries me and the part that I still am not a fan of is that it's all the same still. You know, like there's nothing new. The only thing that's really new are the characters. There's nothing gameplay wise that wants to pull me in, and that's what's always been hurting for me with this game. It has nothing to do with the characters, it has to do with the gameplay. And as far as I really understand about that FEH channel it was just more summoning, honestly. It was just more summoning and no real gameplay or anything like that. Like, granted, you could say the Beast unit is more gameplay, and I agree with that, but the way you use them doesn't excite me. And the story here is nowhere near any other game I've played lately. Dragalia Lost's story is 1,000 times better. Not only that, but Dragalia Lost's individual stories for each character they have is 1,000 times better than the main story here. Epic 7's story is a lot better. I wouldn't say 1,000 times better, but it's a lot better. It's just everything is better elsewhere than the story here. And that's not the most important thing of the game for me, but when the game doesn't have anything else, that kind of is. So that's my thoughts there. Also, free summons and stuff, that's super cool. I like that idea. I like that we get more free summons. It's obviously there, though, to make you summon one time and then feel like you're forced to summon the rest of the 20. That's their goal there, is to get you to do more 20 pulls. Yeah, and honestly, I had really high hopes for this story here. I really did. And my worry with this game in general is they're all focused on presentation, an initial presentation. I mean, what's going to be advertised to people and what's going to pull people into the game. They're not worried about what they're going to do when they're in the game. They're worried about getting you there and putting off a big show and then having nothing after. So a good example of this is actually this chapter, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. I did like the story, but it was really simple. The characters were great, but overall there wasn't too much about it. We didn't really learn much about Air. And just overall was pretty lackluster compared to things we're getting in other games right now. That was the part that worries me, is with with this game, they can't put out a super amazing cutscene like they did in the last FEH channel every chapter, right? Like, you need the meat in the games, and they just don't have it in the game here. A good example of this is Book 2. The initial cutscene for Book 2 stunned us all. Like, I super loved it, but then the story sucked because they put no effort into the story. No voice acting, no anything, no real in-depth look at characters, just nothing at all. So I kind of had my hopes here going through the story, and honestly, it's still a bit of the same. It was better than the previous, but still not good, and still very much reminded me of the lackluster storytelling, or the lack of what's the best word? Character interaction, maybe? The lack of story for each individual character, the lack of just story in general. And this is, Chapter 2, Part 5 is one of the ones I really had high hopes for here. This was really exciting for me when I was reading this part of the story, and I was really hoping they were going to do something right. So let's go through this here, and it says, Sharena reporting back, I've scouted the tomb. The enemy was easy to locate. Not surprising. How many troops are there? Thousands! Too many to count. And they're on the march, south. What's south of here? There's a town less than a day's march. This is not good. There's no way they'd be able to defend themselves. We have to help. Think, Sharena. We can't stop an army of 1,000 by ourselves. We must dispatch a message to His Majesty at once and hope that his knights can get here in time. That said, they won't make it. Those poor townspeople. No, we can't let them die like that. We have to buy some time. Commander, we can bait the enemy. That would get their attention. They'd stop and focus on us. At that point, though, we'd have to outrun them or hold out until the king's knights arrive. Talk about dangerous. And honestly, at this point, I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna get an interactive map with fun things to do, and we're gonna have to plan, and it's gonna be great. And then I keep reading at this point, it's exceedingly dangerous. We don't have any other options. You're right. Come on, everybody, we're going to have to rely on the element of surprise. We'll sneak up on them. Stay hidden, move in small groups, spread out and encircle the enemy from behind. Each group must do what it can to avoid the enemy while making it look like they're part of a larger force. Once we've got their attention, they'll halt. This should buy us some time, but not a lot. And when they see through it... See through it? They're here! Everyone, disengage! Retreat! Ah, there we go. And there's the rip right there. So, the reason why I wanted to show that story to you is it left me hope. It left me what I wanted from this game. Throughout that conversation, I felt like they were leading up to a map with strategy. I felt like they were leading up to a map with story. I felt like they were leading up to a map with objectives, but no, they really weren't. They were just leading this right here, and then we just go over here, hit auto. I know this is hard, but it'll be pretty much the same with the other difficulties. So this is my big problem with the game. The game mode is not fun. It's not enjoyable to me, and they don't take advantage of anything except for just base stuff like this. That should have been a super intense map. It should have been bigger than the screen is right now. There should have been multiple areas. You should have been able to go through different patches. You possibly could have had 4 different teams set up and had them work together to kind of sneak up from the enemy. There was so much potential from that story right there to just blow it all away by, oh no, they found us first. All that strategy we talked about, let's just throw it out the window. Just felt kind of sad to me. And the other part is, a lot of these stories just didn't have anything. Like, a lot of these just didn't have story in them. I'm not sure which one. Maybe this one here didn't have story. Yeah, just, like, nothing at all. I don't know. I don't know. What more can I say here? You guys know how I feel about this game right now. And a lot of people ask me to talk about this, and I hate doing videos like this, but hopefully it kind of opens your eyes, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. And again, it's not that I don't love the characters and love the design and love everything. I just want more from the game. and Aether Raids isn't it. But the thing is, the more I talk about this game, the more I look at other games, the more I realize it's not really possible to do basically anything with this game outside of what they have already. So maybe that's the big problem, but they can't really build it up from the ground up, especially since there are a ton of people still enjoying this. That said, the music and everything is amazing. Super amazing. Super amazing. I do have one complaint about the characters. And let me go through that complaint really quick here. Some of you might already know what I'm about to say because this is one of my common complaints. So Air's art is insane. It is absolutely bonkersly amazing. I love the art style. I love the emotion in her face. I love just like the tattered robes at the bottom. You can also see the way her hair is just straight like that at the bottom. It's just super awesome. Her attacking animation is also super duper duper amazing. I love it so much. And then here I get really excited because she's got an awesome special animation that's different from her attacking animation. And it is so cool. But then we go to her damaged art and it's like, really? Really, you did this? Main character of the story and you did this to her damaged art? Like, really? That was your plan? Do an awesome special art and then do this to your main character? Like, really? I don't know. That really frustrates me. To put no effort, and there's effort, but it's not... Let's be real here. There's so little effort here that could have been done, that could have been invested into the damaged art of the main freaking character in the story for this. It just baffles me that they didn't put out the extra effort into another art showing there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I don't know what else to say. I hate it. I don't want to do this video. I'm sorry. I love talking about the game still, but I don't like being negative, and I always have to be when I do this. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and bye everybody.